Sometimes to get a testimony, you got to go through the test. You got Jonah. This man got thrown off a boat and he got swallowed. God exalted him. He sent him to Nineveh. At first he was disobedient, but he walked in his obedience. And what did God do with that? He saved the whole nation. That city was full of sinners. And then the king said, because of Jonah, we're going to start praising this God. You look at Job, an upright man. He had the animals, he had the family, and all of a sudden, he started to break out in scabs. He lost his whole family. He lost all his animals. Through all his trials and tribulation, he didn't curse God. Later in the story, God gave him everything back in double abundance. You look at Moses with all the Israelites. He had a stuttering issue, but God used him mightily with a stick. You look at Joseph. His brothers were bitter. They tried to kill him, sold him into slavery. He went to prison. God exalted him to be the second most powerful person. You look at David, a man after God's own heart. His dad didn't even acknowledge him. The king, Saul, tried to persecute him. Even David's own son tried to persecute him. But God exalted him to be the best king till today. You see Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. King Nebuchadnezzar, he built a statue of gold. And he said, you need to worship this gold. He said, if you don't worship him, I'm going to throw you in this hot furnace. He said, and even if God doesn't show up, we won't bow. The king said, there's a fourth man in the fire. There's a fourth man in the fire. And Jesus showed up and saved them. And guess what happened after that? King Nebuchadnezzar said, whoever that God is, you better not challenge that God, because that God is the true living God. And how can we forget about Jesus? He was flogged. He was mocked. He was spit on. They said, hey, if you're the Son of God, why don't you come down right now? But he said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know. And he died. 3 days later, he rose from the grave, proving that he was the Son of God. Whoever believed in him will have eternal life. You know what all these people had in common? Is that their trial led them closer to God. What if you're going through was to exalt and to glorify God?